How now, brown cow?
Welcome back to Star Wars Nerds Unite, the Star Wars review podcast focused on the new Star Wars canon. I'm your host, Tim vanautreve. Joining me, as always, are Josh Sleepyhead Mason and Jennifer vanautreve.
Hi. Hello.
Welcome to the show. We are recording live from Steak and Shake in Peoria, Illinois. We have just experienced Rogue Friday, hashtag Rogue Friday, at the Toys R Us in Peoria, where our original target was Target. And they were Lamesor and had closed. Everything was dark. Twitter dark. Even.
Yeah, it was super dark. They didn't say anything. They didn't.
Yeah. So they blew it. They blew our business.
They lost our US dollars.
So we went to Toys R Us and we stood in line.
We got there at 11:15 maybe?
It was like 11:30.
No, it was earlier than that.
11:20 maybe. I don't know.
Yeah, we didn't have long to wait.
And we were 8th in line? 8, 9, and 10 in line?
Yeah, not too far. There was not much of a line.
And
this
then
was
it
not
maybe
like,
doubled in size by the time it got to midnight.
This was not like episode 7.
Right.
Boy.
I think the Toys R Us had a ton of people for 7, and Target had a ton of people for 7.
Yeah, they did. There were 3 podcasts represented. Central Illinois is the Star Wars podcast mecca.
Nexus.
It's the hotbed.
It's the Coruscant, the inner core of podcasting.
At Star Wars NU, at Coffee with Kenobi, and at Star Wars Action News. We're all there.
And all in the first 10 people in line.
Yes, they were.
Thank you.
Yes, they were. Thank you. Yes, please.
Go ahead, I'm not going to order.
I'm ready. I'll have a double steak burger with just ketchup, please. Oh, yes. And a chili 3-way, please.
Can I get the double and cheese with everything? And can I get a large fry?
I lied. I want a Frisco melt, please. With fries. Thanks.
Thank you very much.
These are really small water
So now
They're tiny. And they used to, so Steak and Shake used to have glass versions of these that were tall. Now these are small plastic ones.
Yeah.
I wonder if only the upscale Steak and Shakes still have the glass ones.
I don't know.
We used to have some at my dad's house.
Steak and Shake cups?
Yeah, you used to be able to buy them for like $2.
Oh, you probably stole them.
We didn't steal them.
I stole a cup once when we were on one of the canoe trips with your dad. We went to Mudruckers or Fuddruckers or whatever, and I stole the cup.
Yeah. You're a thief.
We still have that.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm a dirty thief.
Fuddruckers.
Yeah, that one.
So we ordered food.
We did, and now everybody knows what we get, and that I ordered too much food.
Steak and Shake in probably...
Oh, I'm so pumped. Food's so
college.
good.
I'm so hungry. I can't wait.
Let's talk about Rogue Friday. It's not a very lively line. There was some discussion. At Spaghetti was there.
There was lots of cosplayers.
Yeah.
From the 500.
There were, after they let us in, there were.
Yeah.
They were all inside.
Inside.
Yep.
And they had...
So they finally let us in. We have a periscope of them talking to us, and he told us how they had more.
And getting in.
More for this one.
More
than he did
inventory.
For Star Wars Episode 7.
Which I don't know, like, it didn't seem like it. They didn't even have the pops.
I think it's because they had it spread out.
They didn't even
and he's talking
have
about
any
an
potato
amount.
heads.
They didn't have Mr.
What it was,
Potato Heads.
I mean...
Did you go look
What's
in the
even
Mr.
the
Potato
point?
Head section?
I asked somebody. I asked an employee. They said they had none.
The potato heads were in the preschool section.
Look at the absurd amount of cheese on this.
Cheddar cheesy burger. Looks delicious.
Oh, they have a pumpkin spice shake.
Yeah.
Oh man, that
S'mores.
that doesn't look good.
No, it looks great.
No, it's too much pumpkin.
So we got inside. It wasn't too busy.
It felt like they had less stuff than Target did last year.
It's because they spread it out.
But still, like, it still didn't feel like a lot.
They didn't have any clothes.
Well, that was Target. I bet Target has more stuff. Like when you get there, there'll be more
Go there
junk.
at 9 tomorrow and find out.
I'm not going
There'll
to.
probably be a line at the door. And when they open.
I doubt it.
To get in.
Or maybe to get those exclusive pops.
Yeah, that's what it's all about. Reselling pops on eBay.
Well, they didn't have pops at this one.
That's why
That's
everyone was
really
sad
weird.
face.
Yeah. But they did have Lego. And I got
They had lots of Lego.
I got the ATST. And I got the droid whose name I can never remember.
K2SO.
K2SO. The big one. The one that you build.
The buildable
he's-
figure.
Yeah. And then I got the TIE Striker. Which
very striking.
looks very
TIE
striking. Zing.
It's like a butterfly TIE fighter.
It's super cool.
Yeah. It's alright. I got the hover tank and the ATST.
I liked the hover tank.
But just for showing up, while supplies lasted,
Right.
we got a Funko Star Wars t-shirt.
Which actually was pretty cool.
You were downplaying it in the car, but now you're saying it's pretty cool.
Well, I'm a positive person.
But they only had mediums and larges.
Which
I'm
I
really
was super happy
surprised
about.
that they didn't have large and XX large. or
Yeah.
Yeah.
something.
I was surprised they didn't just
I
have
want to
extra
see
large.
what size, like how big this medium actually is.
They're pretty small. They shrink.
If they're anything
The
like
XLs,
they have in
the Funko, yeah.
Yeah.
The XLs shrink down a lot.
The XLs shrink down.
I get XLs in my Funko box, and they shrink down when you wash them.
I did, what else? Oh, we got a poster.
Which is
We all got
it's
the
an
same
interesting
poster.
It's nothing to write home about,
It's-
but it's not terrible.
It's Jin and what's the dude's name? Cassian.
and K2SO
Oh, I had him
saying
too.
join the rebellion.
Oh, yeah.
It's the same thing on the shirt. The shirt
Oh.
is a similar motif,
Okay, yeah.
but it doesn't say join the rebellion.
Because they're the stars of the show.
The stars.
There was a lot of Rebels toys,
Yeah, there was. They released a lot of Rebels toys along with all this
little
Force Friday
action
stuff.
figures. But Kanan doesn't look like Kanan. He has eyeballs and no beard.
They didn't have a bearded Kanan yet.
No, so I didn't get it.
It's coming.
I'm waiting for the beard. And Ezra still looks like a kid. Sabine still has her old hairdo.
He hasn't had his 6 month,
His
15 year of
6 month
aging.
Yeah.
growth spurt.
So we had an interesting tale to tell on the way here. We left to go pick up Josh, and
At 10 p.m.
his house is like dark,
was asleep.
darker than Target.
The front lights were on.
Yeah, but
I turned
everything
the
was
lights
inside.
on. Yeah, everything inside was dark.
He was sleeping, and we thought he was gonna Iowa City us.
Iowa City, I was awake. I was sitting
his
there.
Kid got sick. Or
No,
something.
Megan was sick.
Right,
wife
but you
was sick.
bailed on us, so we thought you were gonna bail on us again.
No, I fell asleep
But
while
through-
putting my son to bed.
Through persistence,
we got you
we
awake.
woke up your wife,
Yeah,
and she woke you up.
yeah.
So, thank God we were all three together. What else? What else do we want to talk about? It was tame. It was a lot tamer than Force
There
Friday.
was very little hype. Most of the people there just wanted to buy toys for collecting. Like,
Yeah.
There was a few kids when we first got there. There were no
No
kids.
kids.
I was the only girl there. But like right before they opened, a few kids showed up.
yeah.
Yeah, we could have shown up at midnight and gotten
I don't know if
everything
we would have
wanted.
gotten a shirt. They were running out of shirts
Oh, were
by
they?
the time they got to us. I think they only had like 3 boxes of them.
Oh. Well, I'm
Because they
happy
were out
about
of
it.
shirts by the time they got to the end of the line.
Really?
Oh, cool. I'm into that.
So we got a shirt
Yeah.
that I'll never get to wear.
And you're bitter about that.
It's just a fact.
Why didn't you get a medium so Megan could wear it, and then you could at
She-
least see her wearing it?
I think she'd probably fit better in a large because they shrink down.
Your wife is small. She's not very large.
I don't know what to tell you.
Gosh. Okay,
I'm gonna try it out when I get home. We'll see.
we shall see. But that'll be before it's shrunk.
Pre-shrunk.
All right.
Those Funkos will shrink up on you.
I was thinking about doing a little bit of fan feedback, but I think it'd be best if we just ate our food.
Why?
when
We
it
don't have
comes.
any food yet.
Yeah, do some. There's only a few things, isn't there?
Well, yeah, Twitter's been blowing up, but I'm not going to
We've
read
been
Twitter's.
periscoping.
We have been periscoping. I think we should periscope all of our podcasts.
I agree. But we need to have a dedicated device.
Yeah, we just set my phone up and do it. Or I could get a different phone or something and do it.
It's just lame that you have to use a phone.
You can't use an iPad?
You could probably use an iPad, but
yeah, you could.
I don't know why you would.
The wrong app.
Do you have an iPad mount? To mount?
No.
You're more likely to have a phone mount.
Yes. Okay. What one? Which one were we on? Oh, here. It was the Patreon one. So, Linda, who hasn't emailed in a long time, she says, "Yo, when you gonna get a Patreon? I want to help fund you, but every time I make a major purchase, it ends up being cheaper elsewhere than Amazon, and then you don't get money from the affiliate link." Frowny face. I just watched the first episode of Rebels Season 3. It was pretty good. Thanks for reminding me it aired. It totally crept up on me. I'll probs listen to your podcast on it on the bus tomorrow. I look forward to hearing what you have to say about it. When do you think we'll find out what happened to Ahsoka, or do you think we ever will? I think we'll probably find out either in the season finale or elsewhere in the EU. Though it feels too big to hide the answer in a comic or book that many Rebel viewers will never read. May the Force be with you, Linda. I think Ahsoka's gonna be in another show.
She has her own book coming out, which we don't know what time period that'll be. Maybe the in between.
Yeah, probably in between. I doubt they do this time period.
But I don't know. They've played it off like she's not gonna be on Rebels anymore.
I don't think she'll be on Rebels. I think she'll be on the new show that's gonna come out.
What new show?
Unannounced new show. They're working on something.
Yeah.
Another animated show?
Yeah. But nothing to announce yet.
Yes.
So I don't know. Did you watch the 3-minute, like what happened in season 2 video? Like Disney XD had a 3-minute primer thing. Ahsoka was in it. Like they talked about Ahsoka's fate being unknown.
So maybe she will show up.
Maybe
then.
she will. But none of the promos have shown her that I've seen.
This one's from Peter R. He says, "I've got a tough question for all of you. What do you think might have happened if Vader killed Luke in the battle on Death Star 2? Keep up the freakingly stooky work." Thanks for making up a word. Yeah, he made up a word for me.
I don't know that that's made up. I bet that's got a
Star Wars
definition somewhere.
No. So, what if Vader had killed Luke in the battle? I think Vader would have killed him and then realized.
I think Luke wouldn't be in 7 if Vader killed him in 6.
Yeah, he might be a Force
I think it would
ghost.
have changed Leia's path.
I think Vader would have turned good afterward.
Why?
Because he would have had time to think about it, and he would have realized his further mistake, and he was going back into the same path of killing some family member that he didn't want to kill. And then he'd just flip, and then he'd take down the Empire. But the Death Star would blow up anyways. Luke was not pivotal. Once he got Vader off of Endor, he was not pivotal to the plan whatsoever. Yeah, but Vader would get away if he killed Luke.
No.
Yeah. He does in my fantasy, okay?
Oh, okay.
And then he takes over the Empire.
I'm sorry.
That's okay. I'm just telling you how it is. Thanks for the letter. Next up is Coxton.
Stooky is a famous word in the Origami Yoda book series.
Oh.
I don't know what Origami Yoda is either, but
it's like one of those kid books.
It's Yoda looks like he's made out of origami.
There's a character called Murky that made it famous, and it means awesome.
Man, we got a lot of emails. Here we go. This one's from Coxmas Prime. He says, "Wow, wowie, wow." Also, as an aside, Coxmas, I'm wearing the C-3PO flat bill hat to Rogue Friday just for you. Continuing, he says, "I can't begin to explain the delight and wonderment my morning was filled with when I got in my car this morning, opened the podcast app, and saw there was a new episode of SWNU. And then I saw it was about the new episode of Star Wars Rebels, and instantly I was filled with confusion, anger, and sadness. I completely forgot to set my DVR and had missed it. So being of rational mind, like I am, I pulled off the freeway, found a bootleg copy of it on the internet, and watched it on my phone while I drove to work. Totally worth it because it was
Safe.
great.
Safe
Duck,
driver.
because here comes machine gun fire.
Uh-oh.
And he's got a whole bunch of bullet
I have an
points.
aside. I watch Mr. Robot, and I don't download bootleg copies. I pay for it.
Yeah.
I bought it on Amazon Prime, and the show happens on Wednesday nights, but you can't watch the show
Until
on
the
the
next
stream
day.
until like
Yeah.
2 a.m.
Yeah.
And so I always want to watch it at 2 a.m, and I try to set my alarm to wake up,
That's weird.
and it never wakes me up. But so what ends up happening is I end up watching it in my car. I have a little mount in my car for my phone, and I watch it while I drive to work. So I know
I
how it
started-
feels.
I've
It seems
started
really
watching
dangerous.
that.
I fully support it. If anyone else wants to pull over in the name of our podcast,
Download bootleg.
download bootleg TV shows and drive while watching them.
It's
I'm
okay.
in.
I started watching that show, and there was an episode, and I couldn't take it anymore. He was being really mean to that dorky guy that was giving him the tour of the
Yeah.
building, and
Bill?
yes, and he had to be so nasty to him, and
Yeah.
I was like, I can't do it. I have to turn this off. I felt so bad for that guy. I couldn't watch it anymore.
It's rough.
And then I
You
haven't.
need to keep watching. You haven't gotten to the best.
I know.
part of
I
the
couldn't
series.
stomach it after that, so I just have to take a break.
Power through it.
All
I
right.
might just have to skip it.
Here's
skip
the
that
machine
little
gun
part.
fire.
Okay.
It says Tim was right with steps.
Yeah.
Toshua said it was step into shadows.
Which would make more sense, but it is steps into shadows.
Shadow.
No, steps into shadows.
Oh, right. I agree with Toshua that it's prob around 2 years later. Ezra looks like he grew about a foot.
Right.
But you're wrong.
Right.
It's 6 months. We have confirmation from Filoni.
Not from Filoni, from Pablo.
Oh, from Pablo, yeah. He says Toshua is wrong about Ezra being dark now. That dude screams Anakin and Kylo emotions. That's a good point.
You agreed with me. I don't know why he's calling me out on it when you agreed with me.
Because he likes to... People love pointing out when you're wrong.
All right.
Uh-huh.
Keep going.
I don't think I'm wrong.
Yes, you are Toshua. Don't argue. That's his next point.
Nope.
He says, I agree with Jen on the spiders. All of a sudden, they are scared little creatures that are only defending themselves, ... He thought it was lame, too.
Yeah, it was.
The BenView was amazeballs. Grand Admiral Thrawn scared the bejesus out of me. I wasn't scared of him. He was a great presence, but I wasn't scared of him.
I would be scared to be his enemy.
Oh, yeah. And then he also says, death to Hondo. I agree.
I don't know why he hates Hondo.
He's just
He's
slimy.
goofy.
Yeah. Again, great show. This podcast is on my top 3 amongst all podcasts I listen to. You're in the company of Star Talk and Sasquatch Chronicles. That's pretty impressive since you're newer, have fewer episodes, and are less high profile.
We're less high profile than
Sasquatch
Chronicles.
I don't even know what that is.
Yes, we are. I looked both of these podcasts up.
And they're legit.
Yeah.
I wonder what Sasquatch Chronicles is about.
Probably about
Everybody,
Sasquatch.
yeah, they have people on the show and they tell their Sasquatch
Sightings.
Oh
stories.
my god, I would love to listen to
And
that.
Star Talk is, what's his name?
I don't know.
Spaghetti?
No, the dude that does all the star stuff, the cosmos.
Oh,
Neil deGrasse Tyson.
Yeah,
so
that's his podcast.
All right, his would be famous.
when we went to Gatlinburg, I was so excited. I wanted to see a Sasquatch so bad.
They don't exist.
What?
Yeah.
I really thought that I might, if I tried really hard, I might see one.
You'd will it into existence?
Yeah, while we were driving down the road, if I just kept staring into the woods, I could see one,
My
just
mom-
catch a glimpse.
Is similar to you. She's a ghost hunter. She buys all these stupid old radios online and has me modify them so that she can pick up
Okay,
all these
that's not
wavelengths
similar to what I'm talking
to
about.
find ghosts and presents, and she goes to graveyards and stuff in the middle of the night to find ghosts.
That's not what I'm doing.
It's super weird.
She does that?
Yeah.
Why does she think she has to go to a graveyard to see a ghost?
She goes to places that are known to be spooky.
Just
Hotbeds.
And she has the stupid radio and it starts going beep, beep, beep. And
Has
she's
she
like, oh,
ever
there's a
had
ghost here.
success anywhere?
No, they're not real.
Here's the
Okay.
next one. It's-
Whatever.
it's
She
from
likes it.
Adam_Strange. He says, chocolate and peanut butter don't go together. And then he gave us
111
exclamation points. And then he got so mad he couldn't even hold down the shift key anymore and hit a bunch of ones. False. Chocolate and cucumbers don't go together. Fact. There. Done.
I think chocolate and cucumbers would be good. Cucumbers are very refreshing.
Oh, Jesus. Hey, guys. Now that I've set Josh the Tashi station straight on what he was so obviously wrong about, I can get to what I want to talk about. But before we get to that, Josh, you requested more emails, so I have an email I received from Terminex. The subject line has a red bug in it, like they figure I'll want to click on it more now.
I click on stuff with cool stuff in the subject line.
Enough of that. Oh, I say at too. Oh, Siri thought I wanted to talk to her when I was reading that. I don't say AT, just FYI. I say both, kind of.
I don't.
Now on the main topic I want to talk about, Rogue Friday. I believe that they will all die in the end, not only because of the subject matter being presented, but more due to what Vader says in A New Hope. In the beginning of the movie, after they boarded the blockade runner, they are still walking around and discussing how to cover up the attack. An Imperial officer says, holding her is dangerous.
Thank you.
1 second, we're getting our shakes. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Sorry, it's taking a while.
And
No worries. It's all good. Holding her is dangerous. If word gets out, it could generate sympathy for the rebellion in the Senate. Vader replies, I have traced the rebel spies to her. Now she is my only link to finding their secret base. That tells me they are no longer available for information that could be, quote, extracted from them. Dead. That's my guess. My hope. Anyways, love you guys. Hashtag Nerd Squadron. Hashtag First Order hates Reese's peanut butter cups.
it's Reese's.
Oh,
Reese's Pieces.
I thought I was pronouncing it right that time. Oh man, we got another really long one. This is Icy Spidey's is super long.
They are gonna die. We've already talked about this, and about the beginning of A New Hope, that it points to them being all dead.
I don't think they'll all be dead.
Vader got rid of all traces.
I think the some of them will die. I think some of them will get
Why
away.
would any of them survive though?
To drift off into obscurity.
No, they're dead. You have no opinion on this, Jen?
What about Guerrera?
I just hope that Lazy Eye dies.
I think he dies early in the movie. He seems like a
I'm sure they're all dead because why would we have not heard of them
mentor
before?
type.
Because the canon's new.
Nah,
It's a big universe.
I don't
Maybe
know.
after they
Maybe
pull
one
off
of
the heist, they go on the limb and they hide
Maybe one of the droids will
like
survive.
Dantooine.
They plant a forest tree somewhere.
Yeah. There's a lot going on in the world.
Okay, this one's from Icy Spidey. He says,
We should stop and do shake reviews.
shake reviews? Okay.
I got mint chocolate
Can I have
chip.
your cherry?
Yeah.
I got mint chocolate chip and
Not
it's not
all my-
minty enough.
Whipped cream.
But this is mint Oreo. And it's just not minty enough. It's green, but it's not minty.
I got cookies and cream. It's delicious. It's exactly what I would expect.
I got Snickers, and it's pretty good.
That's a real descriptive
It's a little
review.
runny.
It's
It's
pretty
got
good.
huge chunks of Snickers, which is delicious.
This is the #1 voted milkshake according to the Zagat survey.
Icy Spidey says, what's up, Nerd Squadron? Nerd6 signing in.
Did he just make that number up?
I don't
I
know.
think most people just make stuff up.
I haven't done the naming yet for the canon Nerd Squadron names. Just finished watching Rebels Season 3, Episode 1. And I can wrap up my feelings about the episode in one word. Wizard! Which, if you remember, and I do, was coined by Kitster in Phantom Menace and roughly translates to cool, which brings me to the first thing I loved about this episode, Zeb saying wizard. The BenView is one of the most interesting parts for this Star Wars fan, mainly because I think it's the first time that Ashla and Bogan have been mentioned in canon. I remember first reading about them in Star Wars Dawn of the Jedi, which came out in 2012. The story takes place 26,000 years before the Battle of Yavin and focuses on the planet Tython, which is inhabited by the many Force-sensitive life forms. For the people of Tython, the Force is represented by 2 physical moons, one bathed in light, Ashla, and the other shrouded in darkness, Bogan. When someone from Tython fell too far to the dark or light side of the Force, they were exiled to one of the moons to meditate until they returned to the balance. Huh. By the way,
To the BenView.
By the way, Mason, there was a trailer that included the BenView that came out about a week or 2 before the episode premiere.
Did it have? It may have had the BenView dude in there, but did it have his like name or him talking about lore?
I heard that they referenced BenView. Yeah.
Slow down eating your shake.
I like Ezra's new lightsaber hilt so much better than his old one. There was something about having a gun attachment on a lightsaber that left a bad taste in my mouth. Like Obi-Wan once said, the weapon of a Jedi Knight, not as clumsy or random as a blaster, an elegant weapon.
From a more something time, I can't remember. More civilized time, I can't remember.
Putting a blaster/stun gun on the hilt just took away from the elegance of the weapon. The thing I loved most about the new green saber was the sound it made. Its ignition and hum sounded so powerful.
I think the gun saber fit Ezra though.
Yeah.
As the street urchin. It just fit his style. Like he wasn't a full Jedi.
Yeah.
And Kanan's not really a full Jedi. There's something else.
What is that noise?
I liked it.
That's probably the fryer needs. Somebody's got to take the fries out of the fryer.
The food's done. This will be the last letter.
Have you never worked in food service?
I thought the scene with Kanan and the spider things missed the mark just a
Somebody
bit.
just fell in the fry.
I understand that they were trying to portray a shift in perspective with Kanan, showing his character snap out of the darkness that he has been surrounded by for the last 8 months or so, finally returning to his role in Ghost Squadron. Yet the way they did it with Kanan projecting his fear on the spiders and the spiders reacting to that fear just didn't seem to translate the message they were trying to get across in a clear and understanding way. I thought it was very clear, but
I didn't think it made any sense.
so Icy Spidey's on Team No Spider.
But the fact that he's articulating so descriptively means it was clear what they were trying to do.
Right.
Just he doesn't agree with it.
Right. I don't like Ezra's new haircut or his new "I'm the boss, everyone do as I say" attitude.
I don't think that's a new attitude. He's always had that.
He's been developing
He's
that.
always wanted to be in charge, but no one listened to him. It's just now people listen to him.
Yeah. I thought it seemed too much like a teenager who thinks they know everything even though they actually don't have a clue.
That's always been his attitude.
And that's what he is. He's a teenager who thinks he knows everything. And it's hard, because he was on his own, he's so independent. And it's hard for me to think that Rex and Zeb would support this. Yeah, I kind of agree with that. Although, I mean, he's shown how powerful he is, so I'm sure he's gained some respect. Anyway.
And they've been relying on him for the last 6 to 8 months.
Right. I did like Sabine's new do, and loved the exchange between her and Hondo when she let him borrow one of her Mandalorian blasters. I do think Ezra is still going to study the dark side of the Force because he's gotten a taste of how powerful it can be. When he took control of that AT-DP pilot, the first thing I thought was, that's not the Jedi way. But then the second thing I thought was, that is so wizard and I want to see more of this. I have also seen some trailers where Ezra has the Sith holocron with Maul, so we know he gets it back from the BenView.
Or maybe it's a different one, Sith holocron.
Could be, but it's probably the same one.
Probably the same one.
Well, that's all I got for this episode. Nerd6 signing out.
Thanks for sending in those spoilers about the holocron and Maul.
You want to do the last letter? This one's Joel Shetman. Muster. Hashtag Muster. He says, Nerd Squadron leaders, as Obi-Wan liked to say, hello there.
I can just picture him and hear him saying that.
After watching,
I like it.
Not
Yeah.
old Obi-Wan.
After watching the latest
right.
Rebels episode and listening to your 87th episode more than once each, I have some ponderings. This is episode 88. The time between seasons, I know that Mason probably did not see the tweet from Pablo Hidalgo that I retweeted, so I will mention it here. That was a little
dig.
Yeah.
A Twitter dig.
Here's our food. Dang it. We're not gonna have room.
We'll have plenty of room.
I don't know, I ordered a lot of food.
I'll just put it over here. Look at that.
Fantastic. Oh, thank you.
That's all right. Thank you.
It's alright until it all is.
Yeah. Well, I've had worse things on me today. My baby horked on me a few times.
You probably deserved it.
I do deserve it.
Thank you very much.
Napkins.
I need
Oh,
silverware.
right there.
Thank you.
Sorry for the brief delay. We're
Getting our food.
getting the food going.
Let's see here.
The
Time
tweet.
between seasons. Yeah, the tweet. According to Canon Chronologist, it has been 6 months since the end of season 2. It has been about 3 years since the start of Rebels, as Ezra is now 17 and was 14 at the start of the series. He also places Sabine at 18 or 19 years old. BenView, I don't think that this is the last time that we are going to see, quote, the one in the middle. There's a reason, aside from being a plot device, the Phoenix Squadron was led to Adelon. Also, you don't hire a talent like Tom Baker to just do one episode of voiceover work. Unless your show's called Doctor Who. I don't get that joke, but I'm sure it's something
Doctor Who
significant.
like has really famous British actors for like one episode, and they're like the newspaper reporter
Oh, really?
who shows up for like 30 seconds.
Got it. Thank you.
Thank you.
I believe that he's going to come back, and he is the reason that the Sith holocron comes back into play. Do you think that we might find him on another planet, or will he be this series' Yoda and Adelon is his Dagobah?
I
think
doesn't
he's
seem
been
like he's
sleeping
very
there forever.
mobile.
Yeah, I don't think he's going anywhere. I think he pops up all the time. I think he's just kind
We'll
of
go back into rock
gonna
state.
throw knowledge.
What if he gets killed?
He probably will.
What if Maul kills him?
What if Ezra kills him?
Oh, man.
Why would
Thrawn,
Ezra do that?
to get that holocron. Thrawn, I agree with Mason, there is no tracking device. He sees the larger picture and knows that this is simply Phoenix Squadron's fleet. They could have wiped them out, but the larger rebel fleet would have slipped through their fingers. He is a patient predator and will pick his time to pounce.
Correct.
That was good alliteration. Ezra, he is still going to go dark. As mentioned above, I don't think that this is the last time that he is going to have the Sith holocron in his hands. The season preview trailer shows that Maul is going to return and will be interacting with Ezra. Even when he apologized to Kanan, he immediately asked about the holocron. His reaction reminded me of my kids who, after having one of their toys taken away as punishment, would ask where it was hidden. Ezra is still drawn to the power and the ease of the dark side. I believe that by the end of the series he will go dark, but in a noble sacrifice will be redeemed. Rex. He's in Jedi. Enough said. That's all I have for now, Nerd Squadron. May the Force be with you, Joel.
What if the Bendu guy
Is Rex
calls...
in
Yeah.
Return of the Jedi?
The Bendu is Rex. The Bendu like calls Ezra to him to give him the holocron as a test. Or something like that.
Or maybe he thinks he's being too light side, so he wants
Yeah,
to balance him out with some dark.
Yeah, I don't... we'll see.
We will.
More Bendu wouldn't be bad. More lore. I'm all for more lore.
Well, I think that's it for today.
Got nothing to add, Jen, on that whole email?
She's busy scarfing her fries.
Yeah, these fries are really good. I still think they're probably gonna play with the idea of Ezra going dark. Even if he doesn't completely go dark, they're gonna hint that he will, I think.
I think it's played out.
Yeah, I don't know about the Bendu. I don't think the Bendu is gonna go to another planet or anything. So, yeah,
All right.
Super insightful.
yeah.
StarWarsNerdsUnite.com. Email us, letters@StarWarsNerdsUnite.com. Follow us everywhere. Twitter, Facebook. Rate us, review us. Subscribe to us.
Periscope.
Periscope shows up on Twitter.
Yeah. That's all I'm gonna plug. May the Force be with
Amazon
you.
link.
Yeah. Off StarWarsNerdsUnite.com. Buy all of your Rogue Friday gear on Amazon through our link.
Yeah.
And may the Force be with you.
May the Force be with you.
May the Force be with you.
hear that? We're doomed.
This podcast is a part of the BenView Network.
You can find this and other podcasts like it at benviewnetwork.com.